This is Wiggum from Reddit Omega bringing you a recap of war number 219. We were paired up against a level 8 clan named Syrian Wolf that actually had pretty decent bases and attacked fairly well, but you can see that we were much better at 3-starring and came pretty close to a perfect war. Very strong performance overall, and they kind of gave up toward the end, but that happens when pretty much all your bases are in ruins. And I have about 8 attacks from this war that I want to show you, and I want to start with High Roller 802 on their number 2. Now, High Roller joined the clan, and he said that he was very good at 2-starring Town Hall 10s, and so we assigned him to that. He has a very interesting ways of doing that. So he's got a haste spells, and he's just going to haste his loons into these archer towers, and you'll see why in a moment. This seems somewhat cost prohibitive, but it works out quite well. It's something I've actually never seen before, but pulled off very well. So 3 haste spells, loons take out 3 archer towers, and now we have minions coming in to pick up lots and lots of percentage. So I'm going to speed this part up because it's kind of like cleanup, only at the beginning. Look at all the minions. Now he starts his attack. He's already got 28% of the base cleared before he even starts his attack on the town hall. So this is going to be very easy to secure 50%. So he's coming in with a couple golems, a P.E.K.K.A., wizards, and his archer queen. Barbarian king is delayed so that the CC does not hit him. And you'll note he rages right on top of the CC, and that CC goes down very quickly, and in a blink, he's got 50%. But we know that when you have close wars, percentage is really important. So you'll notice he's got a couple of troops in reserve, and his kill squad is still largely in this rage spell. His archer queen, in fact, is going to take down one of those max multi-point infernos, and with her ability, she'll take out a couple of other buildings as well. So now he's trying to optimally place his remaining troops to pick up as much percentage as possible. I'll speed this part up. But this is in fact their top Town Hall 10, and he picks up 66% on it. Very respectable performance. An interesting use of those loons. Okay, let's get into the triples. First, we have Juniab taking on their number 3. This was a cleanup attack. And Junie's just going to power through the core of this base. And I want to point something out. Look at his CC icon and just glance at it from time to time. So he's got his funnel started. He's going to jump straight into that core, so that jump is very well placed. 3 heroes all deployed together. No need to split hero. He's just going to steamroll this base. Just a reminder to check that CC icon. And he's going to power into this first inferno. He's got a freeze and a couple of heals. We're going to see what those heals are for in a moment. And here come the hogs. So it's Fuxi hogs, and he's pathing them around the core of this base, and he's doing it while his kill squad is tanking the majority of the core defenses. So he's dropped 1 heal right where the archer or the wizard tower is going to be beating on his hogs, and also he's going to be taking some damage from the cannons, so that's wise. Both infernos are down. Just notice that, oh, there goes the CC. His golem is a glorified giant. And that last heal is deployed, optimally placed to make sure those hogs are close to full health as they go into the remaining point defenses. In this case, just an archer tower hitting a golem. But I would like to point out that he could have done that raid without the CC at all, so a swag golem from Junie. And then from here, it's just a simple matter of cleanup. His archer queen is at full health. His grand warden is close to full health. And although his DPS is pretty bad, he certainly does contribute somewhat to the cleanup. And of course, a cleanup golem. And this base is done for. So he powered into the core with all 3 heroes Obviously Town Hall 11 taking on a Town Hall 10. And then Fuxi hogs it around the side with two hogs, or with two heal spells. Very nice attack. Next we have Exit taking on their number 4. Exit's also Town Hall 11. This is a cleanup attack. Just like to throw major props to both Juniab and Exit for being awesome on troop donations. And he's going to start with an AQ walk, and you notice he's got a ton of witches. And I want to point out a couple of things about his attack. It's a really well-planned attack. First, look where this rage is placed. The rage hits the Archer Queen as she takes out a couple of buildings. This is important because she needs to take out some of those point defenses so that she can reduce the damage incoming. And he also gets the healers. His queen is still in the rage spell. So stays in the rage spell until the rage ends. And by the time the Barbarian King aggroes, all she's tanking are 2 mortars, and that's not a problem at all. So he's not going to need to commit his queen ability to this. So she's progressing around the base, has already taken out a fair bit of it, and now he's going to start his golem entry. So lots of wizards, create a very big funnel very quickly, and he zaps Quakes a mortar. Not sure if you've seen that before, but it's going to make perfect sense, and it's going to pay off great dividends. You'll see why. Okay, he drops his witches, 9 of them. And they have some splash damage beating on them. Oh, but wait, all the mortar towers are now dead. So now the only splash he has are these infernos and the wizard towers. And some giant bombs from time to time. Grand Warden ability, as they're taking lots of damage. Freeze to disable that Inferno momentarily. And so far, I think he's lost 1 of his 9 witches. Now he does need to beat through some walls, and his Barbarian King's taken quite a bit of damage, but his Barbarian King's basically done his job. At this point, there is 1 mortar left. There are 3 splash damage buildings remaining, but not for long. Now there are none, and these witches, so long as their skeletons tank for them, are pretty much unchecked, and the Archer Queen is still tanking with support of healers. Pops her ability, takes out a couple of defenses, and now all of a sudden there are 2 point defenses left, and there are about 7 witches left at this point. So it's going to be a very straightforward cleanup, and I'll fast forward through that. Incidentally, the archers spawned by the Royal Cloak ability really help take out those buildings in compartments and outside the walls, so the skeletons don't spend too long beating on those walls. It's an important point. And there we go. So very interesting use in planning his attack to disable as much splash as possible to take out the Barbarian King, and then using lots of witches to just rampage through the core without a rage spell. Next attack is from Zach. Zach again had a 6-star war at Town Hall 10. Very impressive. And he's doing an AQ walk Lalunian attack. Wizard drop to help channel the Archer Queen where he wants her to go. And now a Naked Wall Breaker to open up a path for his heroes. So he's hoping the Barbarian King is going to take this break. He probably would have if the Archer Queen had taken out that building a little earlier, but instead he wanders. But it actually turns out not to matter. His Archer Queen is going to do great work headed into the core of this base. And the Barbarian King does tank a bit for the Archer Queen. That's always nice. So the Archer Queen's taken out a lot of point defenses, poison that Barbarian King to slow down his attack greatly, and also to split off this loon. So his Archer Queen's taken out quite a few of the buildings, taken out the CC. She's also going to take down the opposing Archer Queen, and she's going to get an air defense. That's very high value for your AQ walk. A little different to see her going into the base, but it turns out to work very well. So it's a little slow as she gets through these high hit point storages. So here comes his loon attack. He's going to get the archer queen and the air defense before it can get a shot off. So perfectly timed on his La Lune attack. Did need to get them going pretty quickly because time could become an issue. So one freeze committed on the multi-point Inferno. Loons are going to get in there right as it unfreezes, take it out. He's got one more freeze deployed now. Misses that air defense, but gets the Inferno, and that's the important part. Queen's going to actually contribute to help taking down that Inferno. So now she's going to be able to tank, and the healers are going to be able to keep her alive for a long, long time. Minions and pups already started on cleanup. Very few point defenses remaining, lots of loons remaining. Yes, the wizard tower takes quite a few of them out right there, but there's just a sea of loons coming toward that last poor archer tower, and the queen hitting it as well. And now it's a very straightforward cleanup. If you look at the pathing of his cleanup troops, they are all converging on one spot, which is always very efficient from a time perspective, and it's over. So great war from Zach. Okay, next attack is me attacking their number 14. I had a 6-star war, and I'm doing a Gova La Lune. So that Tesla popped up and caught me off guard. But what I'm doing is I'm being very patient with my second golem so I can take as little damage as possible with it. And now I'm going to EQ my way into the core. So 4 earthquake spells. Need a wide funnel for my Valks, and now dropping 6 Valkyries, and I have a rage and a heal spell for them. So going to rage right here on top of the opposing heroes, and going to heal right afterward. Get those Valks back to full health. So my Archer Queen is actually hitting this Hound, and that slows her down, and it actually helps my timing quite a bit. You'll see why in a moment. So I've already started dropping loons to take out those point defenses. And now that I've got the last 2 air defenses that I wanted in my sights, I'm going to start the La Lune portion. You notice that the queen actually took a left instead of hitting some trash buildings on the right. So that's very important to time her that way. So I have 1 rage spell in hand, and that's going to get my loons into that last air defense as quickly as possible. I was only running 1 Hound, and that was a bit of a gamble. He could have had 2 mines on that air defense, but I still think my loons would have taken it down, and I would have had plenty of loons left over. So the expos were set to ground, and that was another reason that La Lune made sense. And now I have a fairly decent loon split, and I have a couple wizards and also my AQ contributing to cleanup. Couple pups as well, and just a few buildings. And in very little time, this base is over. So it's about a 2-minute attack. Very satisfying. Okay, next attack is Leonidas against her number 16. Leonidas had a 6-star war. This is a cleanup attack. And he's going to start with an AQ walk. And you see he's got Earthquake as well. And he's got 2 Valkyries. Now, we ran a lot of Valkyries this war because every single Town Hall 9, I believe, had a CC Hound. And I'm pretty sure all the Town Hall 10s had a CC Hound as well. So Valks make a lot of sense. Now, you notice he's being very patient and not committing his Archer Queen ability. He does not have a rage spell for his AQ walk. So he wants to conserve that Archer Queen ability to take on opposing heroes, for example. So he trusted in the fact that his queen would live through that damage, and she did. So now he's got a couple of golems. He's going to try to wall break into this compartment right here. His wall breakers don't go where he wants them to go. They actually take a very weird path. And so that doesn't get him into the compartment that he wanted to get into. He doesn't want to commit his earthquake spells to this wall right here. So instead what he's done is he's got a very wide funnel. He's just going to break through it the old-fashioned way. And this works because he has such a wide funnel that his kill squad is going to oblige him by all taking that funnel except the Archer Queen. He'll get back there in a moment. So now he EQs to open up the majority of this base. He has 3 heal spells. And now he's going to start his hogging. So his kill squad got quite a few of those defenses already down and took out one single giant bomb. So look how his core is tanking for his last pack of hogs. He doesn't have to heal them at all. And that's very important. He's being very conservative with his heals, but it's actually the perfect amount because he's using his hogs in synergy with his kill squad. The hogs are taking down point defenses, which would be targeting the kill squad, and the kill squad is tanking defenses for those hogs. So last heal, he basically chained his heals together, but they have those hogs up to full health, and it's straightforward cleanup. He's got wizards deployed at the far end of the base, hogs at the top, and they're going to be converging toward this town hall. Both heroes are alive. Very nice to have higher level heroes near max Town Hall 9. They can really accomplish quite a bit in an open core when they are that beefy. Next attack I want to show you is Aya on their number 26. Aya also had a 6-star war. And here, Aya does something very interesting with dragons. We've seen dragons before to get an offset archer queen, and they're a little bit tricky because it's sometimes difficult to anticipate the direction they're going to go. But Aya has visualized it and seen where they're going to go, and he drops a rage perfectly placed to rage these dragons into the opposing archer queen. And they take out a little bit more before they go down. There was a mine that took down one of them, but got a Tesla. So good value on those dragons. And now going to start his kill squad in. So with the archer queen down, really the last thing you worry about before hogs, well, you want to take out the opposing clan castle, although in this case it's a hound, so you don't have to worry too much about it. And you want to try to diffuse as many giant bombs as possible. So there's one diffused. There's a double giant bomb nullified. The opposing barbarian king is going to go down. And he can start his hogging. Golem is tanking for that first deployment of hogs. Very nice. Archer Queen taking down a few more point defenses. That's just a lovely bonus. And he's got a great heal on this concentration of DPS. These Teslas and this X-Bow can put out quite a bit of damage, but he's healed his hogs perfectly, and he still has one heal in reserve, and you can imagine where it's going to go. So there it's deployed. So his hogs, I don't think they set off a single giant bomb. So that was really good pathing. Okay, there's one, but completely irrelevant. Now his archer queen did die, but he's got plenty of hogs left, got some wizards, even got a couple of goblins running around. Although it looks like they ate a trap. And I'll speed up through the cleanup because it's very straightforward from here. And it's over. Okay, last attack I want to show you is Shadow attacking their number 34. Shadow had a 6-star war. And here he's going with a Shattered Goho. Now you'll note Shadow has level 10 heroes. His opponent, yes, has a level 11 heroes, but his opponent has max X-Bows, looks like max Wizard Towers, pretty much almost max defense Town Hall 9. And that's difficult for a low to mid Town Hall 9 to take on. But Shadow does it in a very clever way. First, he's got a rage spell for his kill squad. This queen and these wizards raged will just annihilate this hound. Slow down a little bit because the hound is moving and wizards for some reason cannot hit moving targets. But his barbarian king is into the opposing archer queen, takes her down. Going to tank a little bit more, but he dies fairly quickly because he is level 10. But those raged wizards also did damage, and now he's starting his hogging. So he's going to go with initially a 2-pronged hog attack. And you'll note he's going to split his hogs and set off, there's a giant bomb. So that's a nice giant bomb defusal. Pathing his hogs into a heal, which coincides with tanking these 4 Teslas. His archer queen's still alive. His archer queen is taking out these Teslas. That facilitates his hogging. And the hogs also facilitate his archer queen staying alive. So very nice synergy there. So she's going to turn around and take out one of those archer towers. And now, yes, the hog pathing, they do have to path all the way across this base to take out the remaining point defenses. But with the heal in hand, it doesn't matter. So there's that last giant bomb, but the hogs are healed up to full right after it. Tanking the wizard tower with no problems. And yes, cleanup is going to take a bit. This is a spread out base, and he committed quite a few wizards to his kill squad, which is the appropriate decision when you don't have too much damage from your heroes, and when you're going to use a rage. When you're going to use a rage, you need enough units to benefit from it. So cleanup's going to take a bit, but it is very straightforward, and there are no time issues at all. And in just a bit of time, it is over. So in taking a look at the map, we took all the stars off their Town Hall 8s and 9s except for one. And we took 3 Town Hall 10 triples, a couple doubles, 2 more Town Hall 10 triples, and then a Town Hall 11 double, high percentage double. So very strong war. And to give you a little preview, we are currently matched up against Cold September. Cold September was an opponent recently of One Hive, so they are legit, and we will see how this war goes, and I hope to have a recap up for that in a couple days.